What's up, guys? Welcome back to Legends Never Die, where neither will you if you know Jesus. I got something a little bit different I want to share today. Before I get into it, though, I received a gift in the mail, and I don't know who it's from, to be honest with you. And if I know you, I sincerely apologize. But I'm just not sure. It came with this baseball business card here, I guess. Gaslight Sports, Brandon Light, president. So I'm not really sure where this came from, but I'm grateful that they decided to send me this Bobby Doerr autographed baseball. It's inscribed there with his years of play, as well as Hall of Fame 1986. That's a Hall of Fame baseball I didn't have, so that's super cool. So if it was you, Brandon, or if someone else bought it from Brandon to send it to me, thank you. Please identify yourself so I can thank you properly. How that does kind of relate to this video is Bobby Doerr was a military veteran. He served during World War II. I'm not going to talk about World War II. I'm actually going to talk about the Korean conflict, the Korean War. And it'll all tie in on what I really want to touch on at the end. But you can see I've got 5 little stands set up, and I wanted to highlight a few players with a few different cards from my collection that did serve in the Korean War. All these guys are going to be Hall of Famers. There were lots and lots of major league and minor league players that served, and all their service is valued and appreciated by me. Should be by all Americans. But I just wanted to highlight a few. I didn't want to go through a couple hundred cards or anything like that. The Korean conflict was from 1950 to 1953. So Whitey Herzog, that's his rookie card, 1957, after his military service. Whitey Ford, who was a rookie in 1951. So his career was interrupted by his service for the military, but there is Whitey Ford. Next up is Willie Mays. This is a 52 Bowman. So this card was made when the Korean conflict was going on. He was a rookie in 51. So his career was interrupted by his military service as well. Then Ernie Banks, who served prior to his MLB service, which are not the same. This is his rookie card from 1954 that followed serving his country. And finally, as far as military baseball players go, probably the most famous, and people think about him because he served 2 different times. Ted Williams, whose career was interrupted twice to heed the call of serving his country. And that's his 1950 Bowman. Now, how this ties into what I want to talk about today. I received 2 things this year that are not your typical baseball collection type things, but to me, they're part of my collection and very important to me. One you've seen before, one you have not. The first being, I got this for Christmas this year. It is a baseball signed by Earl L. Holland, my papa. He served in the Korean conflict. He passed away this year, a little bit after Christmas. He was 90 years old, lived a full life of service, not to just his country, but to God. And that can be admired. Both of those things can be admired. But the item that I'm adding today to my collection that will be displayed in my room is actually something that was his that I gave to him. When I was just 10 years old, for his 69th birthday, I made this for him. And it is a terrible artistic version, way to go 10-year-old me, version of the American flag honoring his service in the United States Army. from 1953 to 1955. That's when he served in the military and was a part of the Korean conflict. He did not go to Korea. He was stationed in Germany and didn't ever see combat. All he would ever say about it was there was one time where all the bad guys were lined up on one side with their guns and we were lined up on the other, but shots were not fired. So that's all he would say. Military secrecy and all that. But he lived a good, long, full life, served his country, but more importantly, served God. And his life was an inspiration and an example for me and many others, both in my family and outside of it. So this is kind of a tribute to him, as well as to anybody who served in the military, especially during this time frame, during this period in our nation's history. Hope you guys enjoyed checking it out. God bless you all. Keep collecting.